can tell you, too, how I really began to tune my ear as well to what Congressman Paul was saying during the 2008 debates, because it's my son, who's now 28. He was in the Navy, and he had just come out, but a lot of his shipmates had been watching Dr. Paul ahead of that. And when I talked with him after the Florida primary, as we went into Super Tuesday, and was trying to convince him to vote for another candidate, he said, Mom, he said, when do we start voting our principles instead of our politics? He goes, win, lose, or draw, I'm voting for Dr. Ron Paul. Well, as a mom, how could I not listen, to my son? And that was really when I began to investigate the message that Dr. Paul was putting forward. So.
Do you want to tell me, I know when you handed me your card first, you said a certain phrase. Can you tell me what this is, kind of your motto in a way? Tell me what this means.
Sure. The Courage for Liberty is an extension of my journey out of being afraid, of dealing with the fears I had, knowing that there were far too many laws and regulations and ordinances. I couldn't keep up with them. And I knew that things were happening in our world, and I didn't feel safe, especially after 9/11. But once I began to grasp what liberty really meant, and that this is our foundation, this is the structure that holds us up, then I began to move. It's not the usual message of politics as usual. That's what I like about it. It is a little bit risky out there, so it does take some courage to be on the leading edge of it. But more and more people in the mainstream are beginning to hear the uprising, the need for restoring our country to what it once was. So, and I'm looking forward to that in representing Missouri and state sovereignty and working in that capacity to reduce government at the federal level and also to restrain it at the state level so that people have more opportunity to be innovative and creative, because that's what Americans bring to the table.
Mm-hmm. Now, you used a different phrase there, the courage. What was this?
The Courage for Liberty.
Tell me about the phrase taking liberty mainstream. What does that mean?
Taking liberty mainstream. I believe that means that more and more just regular American people who are just wanting to live their lives, they want to go to work, they pay their bills, they mow their yard, they walk their dogs, they take their kids to sports and trust that the schools are really going to educate them, then they are beginning to realize and wake up that we've been in serious trouble, and if we're going to stop an ever-encroaching federal government, we have to step forward, and this is the movement to do it. It is part of the Tea Party movement. It is part of the Patriot Uprising. It is all about restoring our country to its once great foundation. So it's nothing to be scared of. In fact, it is a great opportunity. It's a lot of fun. The people I have met who are committed to this action are just some of the best and greatest fun, clear-thinking people I have ever met.